Hey, if you're on food stamps, if you get SNAP benefits deposited onto your EBT card every month, I need you to stop what you're doing right now because there is actually some genuinely good news happening for the roughly 42 million low-income and fixed-income Americans who depend on this program. And trust me, after everything this program has been through over the last 6 to 8 months, the drama, the threats, the funding scares, we really needed some good news. So today, I'm breaking it all down for you. What happened, why it matters, and most importantly, what it means for your benefits going forward. Stay with me because this one is important. For those of you who are new here, welcome. This channel exists because I know what it feels like to be on the other side of a scary financial situation, watching benefits you depend on get threatened by people in suits in Washington who have never had to worry about whether their EBT card would cover groceries. This week, we cover real information for real people. No fluff, no political spin, just the facts you need to protect yourself and your family. We've helped millions of people find benefits they didn't know they qualified for. And today, I want to make sure you're fully informed on what's going on right now. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that now. We post updates like this constantly, and you do not want to miss them. To understand why today's news is such a big deal, you need a little context about what SNAP beneficiaries have been dealing with since the summer of 2025. This program has gone through some major drama. We're talking about a government shutdown, a lapse in benefits, threats to pull funding from states. It has been a rough stretch for the 42 million people who depend on this program just to put food on the table. And a big part of that drama has centered around something that I think a lot of you have felt, even if you didn't know the official story behind it. This sense of Big Brother looking over your shoulder. I actually want to ask you something. Drop a comment below. Have you felt like over the last 6 to 8 months, the SNAP program has been underway, more surveillance, more oversight, more micromanagement? Like someone's always peeking in and asking, hey, should you really be getting that? I genuinely love to read what you're experiencing out there, so drop that in the comments. Here's what's been happening behind the scenes. Back in the summer of 2025, the USDA sent out orders to all 50 states, essentially saying, we need you to hand over your beneficiary data, names, birthdays, social security numbers, addresses, all of it. Submit it to the federal government. Now, some states complied, but a coalition of 22 states looked at those orders and said, absolutely not. They banded together and basically told the USDA, we are not handing over this information. And then it got serious because the USDA came back and said, if you don't comply with our deadline, we will cut your funding. And here's why that threat is so serious, and I want to make sure everyone understands this. SNAP is what's called federally funded, state-administered. That means the money comes from the federal government, about $100 billion a year, and the states take that money and distribute it out to the beneficiaries. States do not have their own pile of SNAP money sitting in a vault somewhere. They are completely dependent on the federal government to fund the program. So when the USDA threatens to pull that funding, that means beneficiaries don't get paid. We literally saw what that looked like in November 2025. Benefits lapsed. People didn't get their money. It was a crisis. So these states were stuck in a really tough spot. Hand over sensitive personal data on millions of SNAP recipients or risk their residents losing their food benefits entirely. Now, why were states so resistant to handing over this data in the first place? Well, think about where we've seen this same pattern play out across other federal agencies recently. Across multiple government programs, we've been watching beneficiary data get funneled toward DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, which oversees ICE, immigration, and customs enforcement. The concern is straightforward. If you hand over names, addresses, social security numbers, and household details on millions of SNAP recipients, some of those people could be flagged and targeted. And look, I'm just telling you what the states and the judges are saying. The argument is that this kind of data sharing puts vulnerable people at risk, and that it's not what this program was designed to do. SNAP was designed to feed hungry people. Period. Here's what's also really interesting, and I think a lot of people don't realize this. The federal government doesn't actually know the details of every individual SNAP recipient. They know the total number of recipients. They know how much money to send to each state, but the actual names, addresses, and household details. That data lives with the states, which is exactly why the USDA wanted it and exactly why the states have been fighting so hard to protect it. Okay, here's the good news I promised you at the top of this video. U.S. District Judge Maxine Chen out of California has stepped in and ruled that states do not have to comply with the USDA's data sharing orders. Basically, she handed the USDA a big legal no and backed up the 22-state coalition that has been fighting this since summer of 2025. Those states are actively suing the federal government to block these orders, and right now they have a federal judge in their corner. What does that mean for you as a beneficiary? It means that for now, your personal information, your name, your address, your household data is not being handed over to the federal government or passed along to agencies like DHS. It means the states that have been protecting their beneficiary roles are legally backed in doing so, and it means that the USDA cannot use funding threats to force compliance, at least not right now. This is genuinely good news. After months of scary headlines, a court is saying, leave the beneficiaries alone, just fund the program. Now, I want to be real with you because I always will be. This is not a permanent fix. This ruling protects these states for now, but it could be appealed, it could be overturned. At some point down the road, states may still be required to submit that data. This is really more about kicking the can down the road than it is about solving the problem forever. And it's also worth noting every state is protected equally. Some states already complied with the USDA's orders, and even among the states that haven't, the situation could change. So, while this is a win, it's a temporary win, and it's worth paying attention to how this continues to develop. Here is your action plan. Regardless of where things go from here, number 1, know what state you're in and whether your state is part of the coalition that's been fighting these orders. A quick Google search of your state name plus SNAP Data Compliance 2025 will tell you where your state stands. Number 2, make sure your SNAP case is completely up to date. Current address, current income, current household information on file with your state benefits office. If your information is outdated, you're already at risk of losing benefits for reasons that have nothing to do with any of this. Number 3, stay informed. This situation is moving fast and it will keep moving. Subscribe to this channel because we will keep you updated every single time something changes. Number 4, stretch your benefits as far as possible in the meantime. Cashback, grocery apps, store loyalty programs, unit price shopping, every dollar you save is a dollar of cushion if anything changes. Number 5, share this video with anyone you know who's on SNAP. A lot of people have no idea any of this is happening, and information is protection. Listen, this program has been through a lot, and the people who depend on it have been through a lot. If you've been feeling anxious or uncertain about your benefits, that feeling makes complete sense given everything that's happened over these last several months. You are not imagining it. It has been a turbulent time. But today, we have a judge saying states don't have to comply. Protect your beneficiaries, fund the program, and that is worth celebrating. Even if it's just one step in a longer fight, you deserve to have someone in your corner translating all of this confusing, stressful government stuff into something you can actually use. That is what this channel is here for, and that is what we're going to keep doing. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. It genuinely helps more people find this information when they need it most. Subscribe if you haven't already, and check the description for links to everything mentioned today. I'll have another video linked right up here that covers more changes affecting SNAP and EBT benefits right now. Don't miss it. Until next time, you've got this, and we've got this.